That was a pure strike. Hey everyone, this video is about your controls for face angle. It is probably something you've never heard before. I'm excited to show you, and I'm even more excited to have you go explore it for yourself. Before we dive in, let me just say something that might sound a little bold. This channel represents a paradigm shift in the way golf instruction is actually taught. Now here's what I mean. Most instruction starts with a pre-recording of your golf swing. You know, drawing lines on the screen and telling you what you're doing wrong. How do I know this? Because I did it myself for a lot of years. It's honestly the industry norm. See, the industry belief is this. If we can make your swing look more like a pro's swing, you will become a better golfer. And you know as well as I do what actually happens. You feel uncomfortable with these changes, and it affects your impact conditions. Now, the pro seems to know what he's talking about, so you try your hardest, but eventually you go back to your old swing because it actually gave you better impact conditions and it worked better. What we do here is different. We start with your impact conditions, the things that actually control what the ball does. We fix those first. And guess what? When my students see their swings on video again, they're shocked because it looks way better. Golf instruction should actually come to a place of correction, not adaptation. And there's a big difference. You know, my students don't ask me, how does my swing look, coach? They say, hey, coach, did you see that shot? And I just smile because that's the shift. In today's lesson, controlling face angle. It's a massive part of making that happen. So buckle up. Here are your 2 controls for face angle. Now, the good news is both of your face angle controls have to do with your lead hand and wrist. Okay, so we're only going to be talking about this part of your body. I'm right-handed, so this is my left hand. Now, there's 3 ways to hold onto the golf club with this hand, and they all work once you apply the second control. So let's go over these 3 positions real quick. We have neutral. We know what neutral is because when you lift the golf club up like this, the leading edge of the golf club will stay vertical. So you know your left hand is in that neutral position. But we could also go weak, what we call weak, where your left hand turns underneath the golf club, where your thumb is more on top of the golf club, this way here. And now when I pick the golf club up, the club face is open. This position works as well. Then there's strong. Okay, so if we take that neutral position and we go further over, now we can see more knuckles of that left hand. And when I lift the golf club up, the club face goes closed. Okay, so you need to find out which grip you like best, which one gives you the most stability, which one feels the most comfortable, because all 3 of them work. Okay, now for the second control, and I'm sorry, but we're going to use a biomechanical term here. I hate to do that, but when I put my left hand here, if I bend it back this direction, or we bow it back here, that's called flexion. And when I put it the other direction, like I'm holding a tray up here, that's called extension, and that's the other control. Now, what we're doing is we're looking for matchups. If you have a weak grip, because that's what feels comfortable, to match that grip, you're going to have extra flexion. And conversely, if you have a strong grip, because that's what stabilizes the golf club for you, you're going to have more extension. Now, interestingly, if I turn this way, you'll see that at the moment of truth, right here before impact, you'll see that the golf club ends up in the same position if I get a matchup. Okay, so I'm going to go to a weak grip. Okay, I'll turn this direction. I'll make my backswing. I'll add flexion. I'll bring the golf club down, and there you are in a perfect pre-impact position. Conversely, if I go over here for a strong grip where that club face would be closed, turn this direction so you can see it, and then I go to the top of my backswing and I add extension and I come down, we'll see the exact same position. Now, what would be a mismatch? Well, if you had a weak grip because that one felt very comfortable and you had extension, take a look and see what happens. There's a weak grip, and I come up, I add extension, and I come down, and the golf club is wide open. Now, this makes the golfer extremely vulnerable because if you rotate your body through, that club face will be pointed way to the right. And then you are left with fishing out here trying to square that up. And that's a lot of the golfers on the planet today. They have the club face in the wrong position here because they're not matched. And then they're trying to square the face up down at the bottom. Club face closed, you're not matched as well. You've got that strong grip because you like it. And then as you go back, you are going into flexion because you saw a YouTube video on flexion and your golf club is too closed. And for you golfers, you are trying to hang on to it. You're trying to do everything you possibly can, prevent that golf club from closing down and hitting the ball to the left again. So these two positions matched up allows you to play golf with any grip. But you got to match it. Now, yes, there are secondary contributors to face angle, and we should respect them and give them credit. Things like your trail arm straightening, the timing of that movement, how much your forearms actually rotate, even your shoulder movement can influence club face. But they don't actually control it, not in the way your lead hand and your wrist do. And the best part of this, you're free to explore and find the matchups that work best for you. You know, we don't compare you against tour pros on this channel. However, this lesson explains why there's so many successful golf pros out there with strong or weak grips that completely function. The goal is to simply match your grip to your natural wrist motion. And that's when the game changes because you start playing down the fairway on nearly every hole. And honestly, that's what I want for you. Not swing thoughts, not mechanical clutter, just clarity on what works. Confidence, and a lot more fun. Okay, maybe a few hole-in-ones. Now, we're not done yet because face angle is only half of the story. The other half, one that decides how your ball curves, is club path. That's the direction the club is moving through impact. When you understand how face and path interact with one another, you're finally going to have complete control over what the ball does after it leaves that club face. So in the next video, I'll give you the controls for club path. And I guarantee it's a lesson you've never seen before, and it works every time for everyone. By the way, if you're getting value from this channel, please share it with any of your golfing friends that are struggling. My goal is to grow this channel into something that challenges the outdated norms of golf instruction and show that there's a better way that will serve the golfers out there that are trying to learn this game. All right, it's time for you to go hit some balls. I'll see you back here soon.